Hello friends, in the series of BSc IPF, today we will talk about Sharpe ratio. When we are choosing mutual fund as an investment option, if we want to take a benefit of stock market returns, and if mutual fund is an indirect way to invest in the stock market, then while choosing mutual funds or while doing a comparative study, what are the ratios which are useful for you? There are various ratios. Usually we talk about it: Sharpe ratio, tenor ratio, alpha, beta. What are these ratios? We will see one by one. But today we will talk about Sharpe ratio. What is it? It is a risk-adjusted returns potential or risk-adjusted return potential of a mutual fund. For 1 unit of risk, how much extra return a fund is giving is what the Sharpe ratio is. How it is calculated. The formula of Sharpe ratio is portfolio return or product return minus risk-free return divided by standard deviation. Two new terminologies. One is risk-free return and one is standard deviation. What is risk-free return? It is a return on which we need not to take any risk. The returns are assured, like we get on FD or government bonds. Today, if we are considering, this is just an example, that 6% are the risk-free returns and average fund returns are 13%. Then 13 minus 6 is what a number we will get. What is standard deviation? Say these are the closing NAVs of your fund: 88, 90, 91, 92. If say initial NAV is 85, then it is going to 90, then it is going to 80 back again and 92. Means from 85 to 90, fund have delivered 6% return. From 90 to 80, minus 11%. 80 to 92, 15%. And there is a formula in Excel called standard deviation. It is nothing but volatility. This fund is very much volatile, so standard deviation is 13, because from 85, 90, 90 to 80, again 92, like a roller coaster ride. So what we did, that 13 minus 6 and again divided by 13 was the standard deviation, and 0.53. It means for 1 unit of risk, we can expect 0.53 unit extra return from the, or fund have delivered 0.53 extra return on what risk you have taken. As standard deviation is in denominator, if this number is less, if say this is 88 and this is 91, then standard deviation came at 1% only. And if the denominator is reducing, this Sharpe ratio is increasing. So anyways, we will always need a fund whose volatility is very less. We don't like that someday 80, someday 90, someday 102, someday 75 or whatever. So we don't want funds like that. And when we say to compare the Sharpe ratios with the other fund, higher the Sharpe ratio, better the fund is. So we can do comparative study, but it is a standalone number, so it cannot be the only measure by which you can decide whether to go for this fund or not. It is a standalone number and it is a quantitative measure. So let us say, for example, if banking fund is there and the market is doing very well, banking stocks are performing very well, so fund is giving good return and Sharpe ratio is also very good. So is it suggesting that there is no risk and Sharpe ratio is very good, so you should go for sector fund? No. If some new regulation comes up by RBI or government says something, and if it is hurting the banking sector, then there will be a disastrous situation. So it is not the only thing on which you can decide, or you should decide that whether to go for this fund or not, but it can be one of the major measure to understand the fund, or to compare the returns and compare two funds, or compare the fund with the benchmark, or like that. So here today we have seen the Sharpe ratio. It should be higher the better. Today we have seen the Sharpe ratio. Tomorrow we will come up with some different topic. If you want to know more about some other topic, then please mention in the comment section. Don't forget to write your name along with the email address, because SEBI and BSc IPF took this initiative, so don't forget to say thanks. Don't forget to say thanks to them also. You are liking our session. Thank you very much for that.